3 primetime games. At the moment, only one 4 o'clock game. The rest of them are 1 o'clock games. So I really like it. I think it's a good schedule for the Buccaneers for the opponents that they got.
It's funny because I said yesterday, like one of the questions we asked when talking about the schedule release and what do you hope to see from the Buccaneers schedule. First of all, I don't think anybody would have said not having a single back-to-back road game all season because it's almost feels unrealistic. That's how well they made out on this schedule. But I asked the question, if you could pick 3 games to be primetime games, which games would they be? I didn't necessarily think they would end up with 3 primetime games, but they did. Dallas is one of those games I think you would expect to be a primetime game. Chicago makes sense as well. I felt like Detroit would likely be a primetime game. I even thought either Baltimore or Los Angeles might end up being primetime games, but instead it's a divisional game against the Carolina Panthers. The Bucs can't lose to Carolina on my birthday. Lock that in.
There you go. There's his birthday mention again. It is very important to him. But I do want to. One thing I want to note when it comes to the Buccaneers and early on in their schedule, that's a tough one against Cincinnati to start off the season. But Cincinnati coming into a hot us going on the road to Cincinnati. Cincinnati has not started very hot when it comes to their seasons in recent years.
It's a challenge for the defense. I don't know if I look at the matchup as a tough one necessarily. It's going to be interesting to see how much they've done to improve their defense.
But then 3 home games: Cleveland, Minnesota, Green Bay. Here's the thing: none of them are divisional games. The first 6 games of the season for the Buccaneers are not divisional games.
Yeah.
And we know divisional games are so important. So one thing that I'm really happy to see, and I think Bucs fans should be happy as well, is even though there's a tough slate there to start at for Bengals and the Packers and the Vikings, Cowboys, all could be tough. But at least you can recover somewhat if you lose one of those early games. And what I'm bringing up here is the reason I bring this up, Pat. We have become accustomed to seeing, especially as week 1 and week 2, sloppy play across the board.
Yep.
From every team in the NFL. I mean, there's a few that might just have it together, but for the most part, there's a lot of sloppiness in the NFL across the board. Why is that? Well, we know the preseason, the starters are not, it's shorter. The starters aren't playing in a lot of these games. Sometimes starters will go the entire preseason and not play it down. They're just waiting for the regular season.
A lot of times now.
So I think that is a bad sign for the start of a season sometimes. If you're taking on a divisional opponent early on in the season and you're still not in form yet, that can derail an entire season. We saw last year, the Ravens were not a terrible team last year. They were not the Ravens we're used to seeing, but you get off to a slow start, you have some things go wrong in the end of a 2 minutes left in the game, and you lose those games. That can be very hard to recover from. And I think we see it too often in the NFL. So for the Buccaneers' sake, I'm glad that they don't have divisional games. I don't really think divisional matchup should be weeks 1 and week 2 anyway, especially week 1.
And they are so often. And you just look at the Bucs schedule, for instance, right? You've got Green Bay as one of your first handful of games, or your 4th game of the season. Who do they start against? The Minnesota Vikings, who you have just before Green Bay. So those 2 teams that you have in the first 4 weeks, they start with a divisional matchup against each other. You also have the Dallas Cowboys in week 5. Who do they start their season against? The New York Giants. So you see that a lot across the league where week 1, you see a bunch of divisional games in important games when teams just aren't really themselves yet.
The schedule release yesterday was, I thought some of the videos were very funny. The Bucs did the Baywatch theme. I thought that was good. I thought it was the Colts that did the Simpsons theme, I believe. That one was very funny. An original. The one I showed you was the Titans. I thought the Titans had the best one. Sam,
Somebody just told me I look like Dustin Hoffman.
This is the Titans one. It's great. They're doing look-alike.
Oh, my gosh. Woody Johnson, the owner of the New York Jets. Woody Johnson.
Far side.
That's Titans taking on the Jets.
Big Dom.
Big Dom?
Look that way. Yeah, looks just like you.
Because I have a brother named
Dom.
Don.
And that's the Eagles. Pause that for a second. So what they're doing is somebody from the Titan, whoever works for them, is going on the streets. I believe they're just, what are they, in Nashville? Just going on the streets, looking up, just going to random people, and they'll do comparisons like that was Big Dom from the Eagles. what is sideline guy for the Eagles?
Chief of security.
Thank you, my bad. Chief of security for the Eagles. They go up to these guys and be like, "Wait, Big Dom?" And that would be how they relate it. And then whenever you hear the Who's music, that's when they reveal the team that they're playing and when they're playing. So keep going.
Cam, are you Cam Scattaboo? Yo,
Scattaboo's a
Derrick
good one.
Henry. Oh man, my bad.
Now that one was Derrick Henry.
CJ Stroud.
CJ Stroud. Sounds mad familiar.
You play quarterback for the Texans?
Nah, sir. Not
Bro,
me.
you look just like
That
him.
ain't me.
That was really funny. Later they went to Jerry Jones, and the guy didn't really look like Jerry Jones, and he's like, "I'm from the UK." It was just very, very creative. The Derrick Henry one, the guy didn't look. He was just a fat guy that kind of looked like Derrick Henry, but not
He
in
had the
shape
same
at all.
hair as Derrick Henry. That's about it.
Yeah, he's like, "You Derrick Henry?" He turns around, he's like, "Oh no, you're not." The Myles Garrett one was probably the funniest because it was just a small white guy with a Myles Garrett jersey.
It was like
on.
a child. It was a child, actually.
And then when they revealed it, they put the side-by-side picture of that guy looking like a child and Myles Garrett, who definitely doesn't look like a child.
The Mendoza one for the Vegas game was also hilarious.
Very good. The
Yeah.
Mendoza one was very good.
It
And
looked like he was
also,
14.
and on top of that, I want to mention the Raiders video. Las Vegas Raiders was very funny with Kirk Cousins and Mendoza as well. Very creative.
So Yahoo Sports ranked that as the best one of all.
It was really good. All right. So who wants to win Rays tickets right now?
I would like to win some race tickets.
You cannot.
I'm not qualified.
You are not qualified.
I'm not
You can
qualified.
use your press pass.